Good morning, my beautiful people. And Bella Mullings, you can't take my saying, men. You guess, you know what? I want a lawyer today, but yes. Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sun Up on 7. Just before the break, we had a very dynamic couch talk as usual. A lot of things to keep on the lookout for, including weather as well as party politics. So we're jumping into our first conversation this morning, and we're here joined with representatives from the Belize Peace Corps. So we are here joined with the country director, Ms. Tracy Abeer-Sek. I hope I got that correct, yes?
That's correct. That's correct.
We're here also joined with Ms. Michelle Arnold, who is the Youth Health Program Manager, as well as Ms. Isela Garay, Literacy Intervention Program Manager. So we're here talking about their 60th anniversary, projects that are currently ongoing, as well as what maybe we could expect in the future. So good morning to all you lovely ladies.
Good morning.
How are you both? How are you all doing this morning?
Well, thanks.
Excellent.
Thanks for having us.
Excellent. Great. Thanks.
Great to be here. You look nervous.
I'm also very excited to talk about the project.
And that's what matters. I just want to, guys, we need to do a quick highlight. Miss Tracy's poncho be bombing, guys. It's bombing.
Where's it from? Senegal?
It's from Senegal, also a Peace Corps country.
There we go.
So, yeah.
Put the plug in just like that.
Thank you.
So let's talk about, 60th anniversary. Then we can go into projects. 60 years.
60 years.
That's a lot. Some people don't even make it that far.
Right.
So let's talk about the journey to get there. When was the Peace Corps established in Belize? So can we talk about that kind of work?
Sure, I'd be happy to talk about it. Thank you again for giving us the opportunity to talk about Peace Corps.
Sure.
So Peace Corps started in Belize in August of 1962. So that's the first group that came in, and we have been here for 60 years, working in a variety of areas ranging from education, literacy, and I'm sure we'll talk a bit about that, agriculture, technology, youth health, sports, environment. So Peace Corps, whatever it is that the government says, here's our priority, Peace Corps tries to bring volunteers from the United States to partner with communities to meet those needs. So we've been doing that for 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
More than independent.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So we're at 60 years. Are we going to be celebrating with a bang?
Well, it was in August. No?
Well, we did celebrate.
Yeah.
We did. A couple of months ago when we swore in the current group that's in country, we had a huge celebration. It's unfortunate you all didn't see it. But really highlighting the things that we've done for the last 6 decades. We had a band. It was fantastic. And we're back, right? So Peace Corps was away for 2 years due to the pandemic.
Yeah.
So this was the opportunity for us to celebrate volunteers' return and our 60th anniversary.
I love it.
All right.
And I know we're focusing a lot also on the literacy project here. So could we talk a little bit about that? I know you mentioned there's so many avenues that Peace Corps covers, but literacy, which actually falls in so well with us because we're doing a literacy competition today.
Yeah.
Hashtag Let's Get Literate.
By the way, Ms. Gary said she's a big fan, so.
Yes.
Super excited. So tell us a little bit about the literacy project.
All right. I'd be so happy to talk about that. So I just want to make a small clarification.
Yeah.
So Peace Corps has a program called the Response Program, and it's under that program that this project falls.
Okay.
So the Response Program brings in specialists in a field that a country express need for, and they come in for a short period, very targeted work they come to do, high impact for a short time, and they bring in specialists.
Yeah.
So we call them the response volunteers. It started as a crisis corps, and then it was changed to the response program. And they would respond to any crisis in any country, but now we're just responding to any need that may not meet the level of crisis. But literacy is definitely one of those things, and we're honored to partner with the Ministry of Education on this Standard 1 Literacy Intervention Project.
Okay.
It started in 2017, and well, you know what happened in 2020, and it's been rolling out and evolving. The project evolves, and we're at the point now where we have participating schools that the ministry identifies, but we also give those schools an opportunity to make a request for a volunteer. So we don't go to them and say, this is what you will do in your school. It's schools who really say, we are interested in having a
Great.
specialist work along with us. And it's a beautiful model because they get to have a specialist with that teacher coaching them for many, many months. So they screen the children, they look at data together, and it's the heart of this project is really the transfer of skills, it's collaborative problem solving, it's knowledge exchange. It's really beautiful. The teachers work along with the volunteers work along, it's a partnership along the way. And it's a partnership beyond the classroom. We're working along with principals, we're working along with district education officers, and the teachers get a chance to really look at data and then realizing and learning what to do with that data. And how you create targeted lessons to meet those children's needs. So first, the project was really concentrated at Standard 1, but now, at the request of the ministry, we're seeing an expansion at the lower division,
Okay.
especially coming out of COVID.
I was going to ask, what was the experience like during COVID, being schools were shut down? Was there anything being done at all, or how was that working?
Well, we didn't have volunteers at the time during COVID, and we did try, we made an attempt for virtual service, because that's something that the Peace Corps is doing now, where volunteers can choose to serve abroad through virtual means, and we know we can do so much through that. So we didn't get any volunteer in country during that time, during COVID, but we are here to respond to the learning recovery needs.
The response team is back.
And I love it because, to be honest, we've talked to Dr. Baba about it. I've talked to many teachers, literacy, the struggle of having children be able to read. I told a couple people this story when I was doing the children's rally. Last week, I believe it was Friday, they had a young man that came up to answer one of the questions. And I tried to help him to answer the question. I was going to make him read off the theme. And he told me, Miss, I don't know how to read. And he wasn't in any infant class. He was in the standard class. And so we have to remember the 2 years that was a gap for many kids.
Absolutely.
They lost that ability to really dive into their work. So I'm super happy to see this happening and to know that the kids are going to get that real quick response. The teachers are going to get that support to be able to uplift these children because they really need it right now.
Right. And what's very critical to the project is that these skills remain in country after the volunteers leave.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not just like we have someone, they teach and then they leave.
Right.
No, they're actually helping the teachers have and build their capacity so they can be able to equip these children.
Yes.
So besides from literacy, I know we're very well-rounded here. We're loving it for us. We talk about health and well-being, which is, again, especially during COVID, we knew this was priority.
Right.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about that project and what it entails?
All right. So the second project at Peace Corps Belize is the Youth Health and Wellbeing Project. But the focus is youth development. And so, as Isela mentioned, our ministry partners, also the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science, and Technology. But how this partnership works is that Peace Corps volunteers, trained Peace Corps volunteers, come to Belize and they do a commitment for 2 years. So Isela's project mentioned short term, but the other project, the volunteers are in country 2 years. So they live and work in an assigned community at an assigned school with Belizean primary school teachers. So it's at the primary school level. And the activities that have been identified as priority in this youth development project, we're looking at PE, right? The life skills in the classroom, developing school-based gardens, sports teams, youth-based clubs and camps. And the volunteers work in partnership with the teachers. So again, it's that transferring of knowledge and skills, it's sustainability, so that when the volunteer leaves in 2 years, the teacher, the parents will be able to continue developing young people through these specific project activities.
Oh, I love that.
So,
You mentioned something that, yes, you focus on PE and sports and those things, life skills.
Yes.
No. Growing up, we in school were never taught life skills.
We taught
Coming
life
into
skills when we're going to life.
Yes, I mean, you get thrown in, right? How was your experience here? Did you come in and find that life skills were being taught in the schools, or was that necessary implementation that needed to occur?
So that's excellent, Brandon. So the Ministry of Education, as you all know, already have a life skills curriculum. It was before the HFLE, but has been rebranded as health education in this new curriculum launch. So the learning outcomes are still intact. They're still there across all grade levels at the primary school level. So our volunteers then work along with teachers to implement those learning outcomes for the already life skills curriculum that exists with the ministry.
Ah, okay, great.
Yeah.
Ms. Michelle, I wanted to know, you mentioned like a lot of different factors that this youth health and well-being program entails. Is there a factor that looks at children creating healthy meals for themselves, maybe through the gardening and so forth? Because I think
absolutely
that would be so fun to have them do. Because imagine you grow your cucumber and everything, you make your salads and or whatever it is that you can make fun meals.
Right. So exactly that. A part of the project is behavior change. Right. We want to establish a new way of thinking, a new way of being healthy. So, for example, with the school gardens that you mentioned, the students, the teachers learn not only the technical aspect of creating a garden, but then what do you do with the produce, right? Yeah. Maybe it goes into the school feeding program, healthy snacks, and transferring that skills to their homes and their community. So that is the intention, and that's what we're working on.
I love it.
And
I love it.
Ms. Estella, I know you had also mentioned that the government has specific schools, and there's like a whole confrontation of asking if you want a specialist to come and all that. But if any school right now is listening to this, and there's a lot, people have come back and they're realizing the need. Is there any way that they can contact you to be able to get those specialists to respond to them?
Absolutely. You can visit the Belize Peace Corps website, and you can find all of our information right there. We'll be happy to serve you as you serve other people.
I would like to add, yes, I was like to add, in addition to that, so we are on social media. And so Facebook.
Don't knock you.
Yes, yes. So Peace Corps, we have a very active, up-to-date Facebook page, Instagram presence. Oh. So you can also contact us through those pages, through messaging. We have staff who will respond right away.
Ms. Tracy, let's say somebody from Belize wants to go and volunteer time or their skills to the Peace Corps. Can they do so?
So Peace Corps is actually a program that brings U.S. citizens, but if there's someone who is interested in working with Peace Corps, we'd be happy to look at models where we can connect a volunteer with someone who's hopefully working in schools. As Michelle and Isela indicated to you, right now our focus is schools. There's always the option to look at what are the other needs as they arise. So,
so it's only for U.S. citizens, because I was wondering also in that same realm, for Belizeans that are abroad that are maybe studying too as well, and they would want to give back, that can work as they...
So if they're U.S. citizens.
Oh, if they're
U.S. citizens who are in the United States and of Belizean descent, absolutely.
Okay, great.
But Peace Corps Belize, Peace Corps period, is for U.S. citizens who come and serve local communities. Perfect. But I think that is a fantastic idea for people in the diaspora to consider how do they come back and serve communities.
And even virtual too as well, because you mentioned that at least that way, if you can't make yourself physically there, online as well, assisting with your services, your knowledge, because there's a lot of Belizeans I've talked to that are abroad that want to give back, but they can't physically come to Belize. So this would be an avenue, I think,
definitely to
lend their expertise in. So again, to the Instagram and Facebook page, they can contact.
Or the website.
Or the website. Yes, we got websites and everything.
Absolutely.
So as we're wrapping up this segment, is there any final words you want to give to the Belizean population, to, the students, parents, anyone out there?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I am absolutely blown away by the generosity of Belizean communities. They open their homes, their lives, their hearts to United States citizens who come in and serve. So it's been a joy for me to be country director during this period. And it's been 60 years, and I'm hoping for 60 more of service, friendship, and peace. So thank you all for having us.
Yes, thank you for being here, sharing the good work with us as well.
And please reach out to them, guys, because they have beautiful smiles and they're ready to assist, right? So please, our children need it. And for all we know, we can be able to get more specialists in or whatever it is. If there's a big need, you see, you're thumbsing up for me. I feel like that's a good, that's a good sign. So let's reach out. It's not hard to ask the question, see what is the route to be able to assist your children. So we're doing primary schools more, and so look at that. So primary school teachers, administration out there, listen, answer that call. Do not sit there and suffer alone. There are people, there are experts that can help you.
Countrywide.
Countrywide, yes.
yes.
We're not just in the East District.
Right,
So,
right.
PG, if you're listening out there, Curacao, all of you guys, please remember, don't suffer in silence. Please, our children need this development. They need the support. Let's do that for them. But thank you so much, ladies. You're so dynamic. And the team that's, pushing all of this, all the volunteers, we so appreciate it because
Thank you.
it's making Belize develop, and our young people deserve this in
Thank
every
you
way.
so much.
So do we dance now?
Do we?
I'm totally kidding.
No, next time they come back, we're dancing though. We're
Yes.
gonna put that on the table one time. With that, guys, we're gonna go to our next commercial break. When we are back, we're gonna be talking about our athletes that came back with a medal for us that represented us so well. Let's highlight these amazing young people. 501 Excellence. Stay tuned for that exciting conversation. We'll be right back.